Final one in is Romeo Montague, still 6, and they're ready. They're off. A getaway, 6 furlong start here. Rydale Frosty, the slowest of him, to stride. On the right, Romeo Montague, drifting favourite, but well away. A blue and yellow of Giles Glory, the all blue of Beckford's Folly. Behind those, the white bridle is Drybra. And then towards the left in yellow and blue, Rydale Frosty, and Glittering Show in brown and orange is just the back marker of the sextet as they run through the first furlong. On the right then, grey sleeves of Romeo Montague gives a lead there to Drybra with a white cap. Going over to join those, Rydale Frosty. Nearest to us then in the blue and yellow is Giles Glory. Travelling along well behind those is Beckford's Folly. Glittering Show is a few lengths behind those as they are now past the halfway stage. And it continues to be Romeo Montague has the advantage to the grey Rydale Frosty. On the left is Giles Glory. Drybra's on the extreme right, and switching towards the right is Beckford's Folly in an attempt to come with a run. Romeo Montague leads at the furlong pole, but Beckford's Folly and Rydale Frosty have surged past it now. All blue, Beckford's Folly goes on quickly. Scampers away, Beckford's Folly, William Buick to win by over 2. Rydale Frosty in second place, Romeo Montague in third. Drybra ran home 4th.
Quite impressive and a big step up from his debut, Beckford's Folly. Handsomely bred colt by Lope de Vega. 3-1, he's returned. They took the hood off today. He didn't need it. They didn't go much pace early on, but he settled okay. And he quickened up quite smartly in the hands of William Buick for Charlie Appleby. And has beaten into second Rydale Frosty, who will definitely win a race and has travelled very well. And that race might come over 5 furlongs because he's got plenty of speed. Romeo Montague hasn't really stepped forward as much as you'd have liked, particularly given the fact that he had a relatively easy time of things near the front end. But you can just see the winner looked quite classy today, having looked very green on his debut.
Yeah, he did look very green. He did take a little while to settle, but once he got into a rhythm, once they joined together, we take them from the start, and nearest to us, the winner, Beckford's Folly, he just latches on a little bit, but there's others that do that as well, especially the second up, Rydale Frosty, who was green in the parade ring as well. He was one of those that was making the most noise, and you just see him there. He's just starting to get away from his jockey a little bit, but on the left, he's not settled. Right, Beckford's Folly. On the far side, the horse that's settled the best is Romeo Montague. Now, I think they'll be definitely looking to step back to 5 furlongs with him. He didn't get home particularly at York, and he certainly hasn't got home even given the pace they're going out front. But all the time in the blue colours, just getting a nice bit of cover, and then once he gets into a rhythm and once he meets the rising ground, then he really takes off, and he's certainly taken a huge step forward from his debut. The unraced horse for money on the far side in the white bridle, Drybra, yeah, not a huge amount of promise there. Didn't pick up at all, but maybe be a bit more wise next time, but dropped right out. For a horse who was well back towards the off, that was a disappointing run.
Yeah, good stride on the winner, Beckford's Folly, and it looks like he'll still learn a bit when he gets to sort of race a bit more kindly and really drop his head and lengthen. He's posted quite an impressive performance today.
Yeah, he's come from off what looked like slowish fractions and shown a really good turn of draw. I think it has been accentuated by the fact that the leader, Romeo Montague, has just faded very tamely and is going significantly slower in the closing stages. But I really like the run from Rydale Frosty as well. Like I say, he was one of those in the parade ring that was the greenest, even though he'd had a run, and it was a promising run. And this is another, certainly an effort that you would imagine that David Simcock could be able to find a win at some point down the season, because he remains his only 2-year-old runner.
Yeah, and he's got bags of pace, Rydale Frosty, which he's shown. He's a real sort of fast twitch sprinter, and this 6 with an uphill finish. It's not a stiff 6, it's a fast 6. You only have to look at times of the July Cup to realise that. There's so much of it downhill, but just the last 100 yards being caught out. And just take a look at the winner. Ears pricked, still got plenty to learn, just slightly proud head carriage late. You still fancy he's learning about the game.
Oh,
well, I'm quite taken with that.
Yeah, I dare say the form isn't fantastic, but the performance was nice. It was a nice step forward, and he should be progressing. That's only his second start, and that's the way you want to see them going through. And I think you're right with the second horse, Rydale Frosty. I think he has got a lot of pace, and I think that maybe it looked like he was running on up the hill faster than he actually was, because the Romeo Montague was just paddling.
There'd have to be a fairly strong chance that Charlie Appleby and William Buick will win the next as well, because they've got a horse who made a more promising debut, having her second start, the 3-year-old Heart of Eternity, a daughter of Pinatubo. I think she'll be quite a warm order in the Fillies Novice that comes up as our second race. But they've won here with BECKFORD'S Folly. No folly about it. He's won with quite a bit in hand and with quite a bit more to offer.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.